Hi, I'm Katrina, your Pilates teacher at Pilates. Welcome to Get Started with Pilates, your 31-day journey towards a daily Pilates practice. Today is day 13, so let's begin. Today we work in side lying again, so find your correct positioning here with the feet just a little bit in front of you, one foot on top of the other, feet of legs, toes come towards you, your pelvis is in neutral, your spine is in neutral. Remember to just lift away from that floor. As always, there doesn't have to be space there, but we're not wanting to relax into that waist. And as always, if having the arm out isn't so comfy, have the arm in front of you and a higher support for your head. If at all possible, have your hand on your belly button. If you need a bit more support in the beginning, have your fingertips just lightly on the floor. But I would always like to encourage you to try and go for this version because the core muscles have to do a lot more work and are more likely to get stronger more quickly. We start with single leg lifts. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to lift the top leg up just as far as you can without tilting the pelvis. So we're not wanting to lean into the floor to get the leg higher up. So it's quite low usually, depending on how your hip is designed. Breathe out to lift and out to lower. Breathe out to lift and then in to lower. That makes a bit more sense. Pushing away through the heel. Keep the lower leg really active. Very often we focus so much on what's moving that we forget about everything else. Very common. Last few of these. So try to keep the navel drawn in just a teeny tiny bit. Breathing into the ribs instead. Good. One more of these. Good. Then take the knee forwards. Or place the foot onto the floor, whichever you find more comfortable. And then lift the lower leg. Just 8 of these. Push away from you. So you want to push that foot away rather than thinking up to the ceiling. Good. Breathe out. And in. Last 2. Good. And then we put those 2 exercises together. Now, this is quite challenging. It's not a beginner's exercise at all, but I thought we might give it a go today. We're sort of nearly 2 weeks in. So maybe for the first one, just to calibrate this, have your fingertips lightly on the floor. Yeah. So you want to lift the first leg up just to hip height. Don't go any higher than that. You'll set yourself up for failure. It's not going to work. So just to hip height or maybe a bit lower. Then you need to draw the navel in to lift the lower leg up to meet it. Focus on the inner thigh rather than the feet here. So you draw the navel in, breathe out. Breathe in as you're there, breathing into the ribs. And then slowly with control lower the feet back down. So we want to sort of resist lowering the legs back down. We try to keep the spine and the pelvis as still as possible. So we breathe in and out and in and out. Really important on that second leg, the navel draws in. Yeah, good. Good. So, as I said, this is not a beginner's exercise. This can be very challenging in the beginning. So don't get frustrated if this is really wobbly. Pilates is designed to be wobbly. Yeah. And once everything is really stable, we then make the exercise more challenging again to make it wobbly again. Yeah, that way our core muscles can get more responsive and stronger. It's all good things. Good. For the next variation, it's very similar, but here you just want to lift the leg again, just to hip height, and then the lower leg just lifts up and down. So here we go. Breathe in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. There we go, lower the leg down, and then we go on to the other side. So find your side lying position here as well. And as I said, so if in the beginning you just need the fingertips on the floor, do that. But I encourage you to really notice what's happening in your center. That's what makes all the difference. Yeah. So we started with single leg lift. So you breathe in to prepare, breathe out to lift, push through the heel. Keep the lower leg active. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, try to relax the shoulders, 7, and 8. Good, take the knee forward or place the foot on the floor to have the knee up, and then extend and lengthen the lower leg away, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Putting those two exercises together for our double leg lift variation. You flex both feet, make sure to find your neutral spine and pelvis. Breathe in on the first leg, out on the second. Breathe in as you're there, breathe out to lower. Sometimes the legs sort of float back behind us, so if you're experiencing that, we just have to sort of think a bit more forward, engage the hip flexors a little bit to help keeping the legs a tiny bit in front of us. Breathe in and out, and in and out. Draw the navel in. Really think about those inner thighs much more than the feet. Nearly there, last 2. One more. Good. And then the last variation, you just take the leg just to hip height, keep the leg there, and then just lifting and lowering the lower leg 8 times. 2. Avoid bending the knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. Lower the legs down. Good, we'll just quickly go into supine. Here you want to make yourself really comfy, so make sure you have a cushion under your head. We'll go into a glute stretch, and if you find that you're lifting the head away from you, find a higher support. Yeah. So what I mean by this is if you cross your right foot onto your left thigh, and if you feel the stretch already quite strongly, stay here. If that's quite easy for you, then draw the knees in towards you. So if you're now here and everything is really tight like this, you probably need a higher support. So find something to prop under the head. So relax the shoulders down, lengthen the neck, tuck the chin in. Here you want to breathe really deeply into your belly, release any muscles, deep breath in and out. Good. And then we swap the legs over. And as always, it might feel a bit different from one side to the other, so either stay here or draw the legs in. Relax and breathe. You can close your eyes if you want to. One more nice deep breath in and out. Place the feet back down and we're done.